Welcome to Trigonometric Functions and Graphs. What we're looking at here, folks, is actually graphing. That's the whole unit is based on graphs, and nothing more than graphs. But here's the cool thing. Look for the patterns. For example, all trigonometric functions are what we call periodic. So what does periodic mean? Well, they cycle over and over and over again. Best thing to think about the periods in your classroom. Think about the periods during the day. Your schedule says you got block 1, block 2, block 3. Those are all periods. And guess what? They cycle because the next day, guess what? You got block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, and so on and so on and so forth. So what happens is they repeat themselves infinitely, forever and ever. Oh, man, yes, that's right, forever and ever. So what you're looking at in terms of a periodic function then is a function that repeats itself over regular intervals. Now that's the key. What is the regular interval? The regular interval is called a period of time, a period of distance, a period of whatever, okay? But you got to realize that it repeats itself over and over and over and over again. And where is the horizontal period? That's right, it is the horizontal length. For example, if you look at a sine function, what happens is this. A sine function will start here, it'll go up, it'll go down, and then look, it's right back to where it started from right here. And it cycles again and again. Want me to prove it? Watch this. I'll pick up this whole guy and just move it right over. Check that out. Look, it cycles again, and then check it out. I'll move it again. Whoops. I'll move it again. Come on, you. There it goes. And it cycles again. And if you look, it'll cycle again and again. Even if I go backwards, check this out. Even if I go backwards, it cycles again backwards. It's an infinite thing. If you look at this, this is very much like a sound wave. Exactly the same idea. It repeats over and over and over again. So what do we call things that are like sine functions and cosine functions? We call them a sinusoidal wave or a sinusoidal curve. So when you want to sound really, really sophisticated, call it a sinusoidal function. And whoa, everybody's going to think you're really, really cool at the math parties, that's for sure. Now, there are a couple things that we're going to learn about these things. Look at the difference between a sine function and a cosine function. I'll bring a sine function down here, and if you remember, the sine function starts right there. That's your sine function, and that's how it starts, okay? Notice that the cosine function starts a little shift backwards. Isn't that neat? Well, yeah, that's exactly the reason why we look at them separately, okay? So the cool thing is, whether you're talking about a cosine function or a sine function, you got to remember one thing. They repeat themselves over and over and over and over again. So, okay, let's talk some more here. And then we're going to go on to actually plotting these on a graph, which is going to be very, very cool. Now, key points to think about. One of the key points is, of course, what is the period of the function? Look at the period of the cosine function. It goes from here to here. I like to call a cosine function a cup function because it looks like a cup, and I'll show you that that repeats as well. But there it is. Ta-da! That's how it works. Okay, so that's one of the things you got to look for. Is you got to look for the repeat. You got to look for a couple other things called a period. Okay, and periods usually mean from start to when it starts to repeat itself. So you get one what we call crest, and we have one what we call trough. Take a look at our cosine one. Let me erase this. Let me show you nice and clean. Take a look at our cosine one. Starts here, goes down, goes here. But you're probably saying, well, that looks like one ginormous trough. Not true. There's your crest. There's your other crest. This part down here is your trough. So look for a crest and a trough over a certain period, and you got it.